Hey everybody, welcome to what we are going to call the first episode of the World of Warcraft Naked Lowbie run. So what this is going to entail is I am creating a random night elf on World of Warcraft. And night elves spawn all the way up in Darnassus. Right now I've got a rogue selected. Rogue was the first class I ever played in WoW. Night elf was the first faction I ever played in WoW, first race. But the idea behind this is we're going to try and run as a level 1 naked character from Darnassus all the way down to the camp in Tanaris, where there's a camp set up right very close to the entrance to Old Doom. We are probably going to die many, many times, and whenever we die, the character is dead and we have to make a brand new one. So and I'm going to do a random name here. So our first character that we are going to give this a go with, his name is Thamond. Or at least that's how I'm going to pronounce it. I am making these characters on the Illidan server. And as you can see, I'm not currently subscribed to WoW. But that's just fine because as a level 1 character, we don't need to be subbed to WoW. And I don't think we're going to hit level 20 by the time we get down there. So, I think we'll be fine. Just making sure everything's recording. We're good to go. Alright. So for those of you who...
years of imprisonment within the Emerald Nightmare, Archdruid Malfurion Stormrage has finally returned to the mortal world. Reunited with his love, Tyrande Whisperwind, Malfurion endeavors now to heal the corrupted world tree Teldrassil and rejuvenate the spirit of the Night Elf people. Yet as the great cataclysm shakes the boughs of their colossal tree, the Night Elves brace themselves against the coming storm. As war and destruction close in from all sides, it falls to Night Elves like you to stand strong and protect the enduring legacy of your people.
Alright, so for those of you who have never played World of Warcraft or who have not seen the Night Elf intro, I let that one go. We won't do that every single time because that's going to get old very fast. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to throw all of my gear into my bag. I suppose I could also delete it, it won't matter. Alright, Thamond the Explorer, you are now naked, and off you go. Okay, so let's set some ground rules here. So the first rule is I'm not allowed to leave the continent of Kalimdor. So I can't get on the boat, go to Stormwind, and then take a boat to Theramore. That doesn't count. Not allowed to do that. I can't equip any gear, otherwise it wouldn't be a naked run. I'm not allowed to grind in any in any fashion, with the exception of you do get experience as you go through, as you discover new areas. If I'm going down a path and then it looks like there's like a bunch of Horde there and I need to get out quick, then backtracking to go to another area and getting more experience points that way. I'm not counting that as grinding. But any sort of questing or killing mobs is completely out of the question. I'm kind of wondering what's going on with my camera right now. It's auto-centering. I don't remember if it's done that in the past. Doesn't matter. So as I was saying right before the intro, the Night Elf intro started, I'm on the Illidan server, which according to internet research, the Illidan server is about 28-to-1 Horde ratio, which means as an Alliance character, I'm going to get in trouble. See, now, this is something I have to watch out for. Now, I don't think this is going to be a problem right now. This guy's a level 6 enemy chasing me down. Yeah, so I got away. And my health came back pretty quickly. So that's not a problem in this initial area, but it's going to be a major problem once I get out into the larger world. Especially when there's some level 40, level 50 potentially mobs that I may be running into. I'm going to have to stay very, very far away. So my hope with this series, number one, is that there's going to be this is going to be a fun adventure. I think all the different ways I could possibly die and seeing what those ways are going to be is going to be very entertaining, because you never know what's going to happen. It could just be an easy panther picked me off right at the beginning, or a horde guy flies out of nowhere and destroys me. I'm hoping at some point, if it takes a long time for this to happen, if we have many, many episodes of this, that at some point this will catch on and some Alliance folks will kind of see what's happening, and when I'm online, they'll swoop in to help. I'm not live streaming this, and as I mentioned, I'm making a new character every time with a random name, so I don't think many people are going to know, but if they see a level 1 Night Elf running down to Tanaris, hopefully somebody steps in to try and help. So the first part of what I'm hoping to do with this series is just have fun, just see how far we can get, see what kind of mischief we can get into. I think by having each character be a new character, having a different name, they almost have their own little stories, so this will be fun. The other thing I hope to do with this, especially since it can take... I've never actually run as a level 1 character from one end of the continent to the other, but I can imagine this is going to take a decent amount of time. And when I say decent, should we ever succeed with this, it's going to be somewhere in the realm of 30 to 60 minutes, I think, to get from one end to the other. So we'll see. I mean, I've been recording for about 8 minutes, although probably the live hasn't been 8 minutes just yet. And we're still in the first zone. So if you are not very familiar with World of Warcraft, I'm on this island right here, starting here in Shadow Glen, and so far we've run all the way to here. That island is this piece. We're gonna fly to shore here, and we have to run all the way down to right about here. So yeah, I'm thinking this is gonna be an hour for us to be able to make it, maybe even more, trying to dodge enemies and mobs. I think I got off track. I think where I was going with that was, I want to use this video to just talk about video games in general. Some of the stuff that we may cover in our podcast, but I can go into a little bit deeper. Maybe talk about some other games I've been playing, and just haven't had a chance to discuss them, either in a review or otherwise. So this is the city of Darnassus. So here's the city, and here's the city map. So for Darnassus, basically we're inside this huge tree, and there's no way to actually get into it, with the exception of this portal here. So this portal is going to take us right outside of the tree, which I believe is Teldrassil. I'm forgetting my Warcraft lore, so forgive me. Alright, so now, if I ran down and took any of those boats, they would take me to different areas. One boat I think takes me to Azurmist Isle. The other one would take me to Stormwind, which is on another continent. But we are gonna fly. Wow, I can go to Moonglade. Ooh. Nope. We're Darkshore only. That's the only place we're gonna be allowed to fly. Plus, I think Moonglade costs money, and I have a big fat 0. So it is currently Midsummer Fire Festival. Yeah. So we're right in the middle of the Midsummer Fire Festival holiday in Warcraft. So I've got this blessing. So I have a chance to inflict 135 fire damage on any attack. But I'm not attacking anything. Not allowed. Now, being that this is a PvP server, there could be Horde chilling out here right now, and I could potentially get destroyed. Well, I would get destroyed as a level 1. That said, it's been a while since I've played on PvP servers, so I think Darkshore... So I think the continent of Darkshore is it's an alliance territory, meaning Horde can't just... I don't think they can just attack me. I think I would have to attack them first. It's been a long time. I don't remember. There's the Midsummer Fire Festival camp area. Okay, so just for reference, so Darkshore is a level 10 to 20 zone, meaning we're going to find mobs in the 10 to 20 range. Next up, we're going to be in Ashenvale. And from there, there's a few different ways we could go. We can go through Stone Talon. We could go through the Barrens, which I think I'm going to try the Barrens first. That's probably going to be the absolute worst and hardest to do because of how many Horde are going to be in the area. But I do want to check it out on this first run just to get a feel for how bad is it really going to be. And I'm constantly going to have to be paying attention to enemies, mobs specifically in the area. Because, let me turn that back on. Because all it takes is a bear sitting over here to just come running at me and I could be dead instantly. So I haven't played too much of Darkshore since Cataclysm. As I mentioned at the beginning of the episode, a Night Elf Rogue was the first World of Warcraft character that I'd ever made. And generally speaking... Oh, see, I gotta be careful here. Let's not die. Okay. Generally speaking, I did most of Darkshore while leveling as a Night Elf. However, all my friends I was in college when we first played WoW, vanilla WoW, by the way. All my friends were human. Oh my God, no! Oh no! Is this already gonna be the end? Is this already gonna be the end? Jump! Get away! Get away! Get away! Oh my! Oh, he jumped in after me! He jumped in after. Oh, jeez. Wow. Almost got killed by a Darkshore stag. And I would have gotten killed had it not been for... Jeez, this is going to be tough. And I'm really going to have to pay attention. I did a trial run of this yesterday, and I got to about this area. Actually, I got a bit farther. See, there you go. So I just leveled up. So now I'm level 2 just based on running around and getting experience from uncovering new areas. So I'm going to be leveling up. It's unavoidable, and I'm going to be getting more health, more defense. Not that it will matter once I get far enough into some of these continents, but I didn't run into a stag, and I think I got somewhere down here. There's like a tar pit area with some fire elementals. Anyway, so all my friends in college were they all played humans, so I inadvertently had to... Oh, I don't remember this part. I inadvertently had to make my way over to the Eastern Kingdoms to continue leveling, so I pretty much stopped after Darkshore. I think I did a little bit of Ashenvale. Yeah, here's the fire elemental area over there in the distance, which is where I finished my trial run at. So beyond that, this is going to be brand new territory. Not brand new territory. I've played WoW thousands of hours, but so anyway, Darkshore isn't something I've played a lot of, if really at all, since Cataclysm. So seeing everything kind of destroyed like this is interesting, because I still have memories of how it used to look, not how it looks now. Like, this did not exist. I really don't remember what was here per se, but and that tornado with the trees and everything flying around is always really cool to look at. Oh boy, I was looking on the wrong side. Oh, and that's it. Wow. Wow, this is going to be tricky if I'm already dead in Darkshore. Yikes. I'm going to have to get very creative. I may not be able to stick to the main path. All right, so we're one down. Thank you, Thamond. We hardly knew ye. All right, so I am going to log out, and then we're gonna create a new character. We're not done. We're going. We're gonna keep going. It's been what, 20 minutes? We gotta keep going. Now, so what's gonna happen is if I get to a point where we're still mid-run and I have to come off for whatever reason, I've got other things in life that I gotta go take care of, then I will be able to log out where I'm at. I will stay there, and then we'll start it back up from there. Just setting some more ground rules. Okay, so we are going to delete you, Thamond. We hardly knew ye. Okay, Night Elf. We're gonna be female this time. I'm not touching any of the customization options. What are we now? I think we're a druid? Alright, we're gonna be a druid. Randomize. Kinesaline is how we're gonna pronounce that. Kinesaline. Alright, Kinesaline. Let's do it.
After years of
and we're gonna skip that. We're going to just throw all the clothes over here. Alright, and off we go. You can zoom pretty far back, and I think that's going to be a necessity to being able to avoid some of the mobs. The guys in this initial area. If they're yellow, that means they won't attack you. They're passive. If they're red, they're coming for you. So get ready. Okay. Well, so now we've already got a line in the sand as far as records go. So we are in the Moonstalker area shortly after the elementals. So I think we were somewhere in here, about halfway through Darkshore. Darkshore's tricky just because of the trees and how close everything is in proximity. The nice thing about the Barrens is that it's so open. You can see all the mobs, and it's easy to get around them to an extent. There will be certain areas where it's going to be very hard. The worst part about the Barrens is going to be the Horde. Not only the actual players, but the NPCs themselves. Kinesisaline? I think Kinesisaline is how I said we were going to pronounce it, but that's probably not right. That's fine. I'm probably not pronouncing half the stuff correctly. I think it's Dolinar. Anyway. So, let's see. So while we're catching back up here, I think this dude was here before. Last time we came through. So this past week, not this past week, the week prior, was E3. And prior to E3, we've had on this channel about 15 or so videos. We do a lot of podcasting. We have a monthly podcast. We've started doing some reviews. We've done some reaction videos. We have a business motif that we use because we're called the Gaming Resume. So we have an all-hands podcast. We have exit reviews, like when somebody's leaving the company and you do a review with them on their way out the door. Orientation is the name of our reaction series, if you will, specifically for trailers. When we do a full press conference and the whole press conference video is posted, we use Conference Room as the series name for that. Overtime is what we're calling this series. Basically, any Let's Play sort of series we're calling Overtime. So prior to E3, we had a dozen or so, 20-something videos, I can't remember, that we'd made over the course of 3 months. And we had about 600 views across all those videos and about 8 or 9 subscribers, half of which were us. The 4 of us, myself, Onyx, Matt, and Rudy. Since E3, and it's continuing to grow every day, it's been amazing. Any of our subscribers, if you're watching this, thank you so much. Thank you for being a subscriber. You guys kind of blew us away during E3 week. We went from about 8 subscribers and 600 views. I think right now we're somewhere north of 30,000 views and 138 something subscribers, something like that. Unreal. Beyond our wildest dreams. I think we had an internal goal of 100 subscribers by the end of the year, and it is June. So thank you, everybody. We're hoping to create a lot of amazing content. We don't want to just be like every other YouTuber doing reaction videos. I know E3, most of the folks that are watching this who have subscribed came in during E3 during our reaction videos. But we want to do more than reaction. We want to do more than Let's Play, what I'm doing here, although this is kind of a spin on the Let's Play because we're taking this to a different level. I'm not actually playing World of Warcraft so much as I am challenging myself and trying to do something different and hopefully entertaining. But we do want to do reviews, which a lot of people do, but we're going to do them. If you go check out our Zelda review, Zelda Breath of the Wild, we've got a Mario Kart 8 Deluxe review that we put up. Matt and I are going to be reviewing Prey here pretty soon. Onyx and I will be doing Nier Automata at some point. Onyx, Matt, and myself will be doing Persona 5 at some point. I think Onyx and Rudy will be doing ARMS. There's a bunch of different games that we're going to do, but we're going to do them panel style, meaning we're not cutting in footage. It's not just a 5-minute review with random, oh my gosh, this is amazing commentary and video clips. We're going to sit down and do it panel style. We're not showing any footage. We sit down and we go through and we talk about the gameplay. We talk about the story, if there is a story. We talk about the music. We talk about audio. And we talk about all the visuals. And we give our scores similar to Famitsu or how Electronic Gaming Monthly did theirs in their magazine, where it's each of us have our own review for the game, and then
Peace be with you. Go in peace.
not so much like Famitsu or EGM, but kind of in the same style. We are going to average our scores, and then the average is the Gaming Resume's actual review score. But you can still see how we each individually felt about the game. So that's pretty cool. We have a lot of ideas for different series that we want to do outside of that are all business themed. However, for now, we're going to stick to podcasting. We're going to stick to reviews. We're going to try and use Let's Plays as, I don't want to say filler content, because I hope you can see this isn't filler. I hope you don't think this is filler. I hope you find this entertaining. But as easier content to get to for now. And at some point in the future, not sure when, but we would like this to become a full-time gig for us. Currently, everything that you're seeing is paid for out of pocket by ourselves. We've spent 4 digits on equipment and setups and stuff like that so far. So we're putting a pretty decent investment into this. We want to get our content quantity and quality up first and get some sort of a audience and fan base going before we start asking for support from the community. Because if we just posted our first video and said, give us money to go make videos, nobody's going to actually do that. We're not here to make money, but we do want to make this something full-time. Right now, the 4 of us all have full-time jobs, and so and between the 4 of us, we're either married or have children, so we've got a lot of obligations. So really what the funding will help us do is, as most people asking for funding are asking for, basically asking to pay for us to do this as a full-time job. So we're making sacrifices and trying to do stuff outside of our 40-plus hour week jobs and our family time to get this kind of stuff done. And I got to be very careful because there's a Dark Shore stag on either side of the road right now. But I think I'm far enough away that they're not going to aggro, so that's good. So anyway, enough talking about money, because I don't want to talk about that again for quite a while. It's going to be some time before we're ready to do that. Probably through Patreon, but we'll talk about that in the future. But some of the series we do want to do, we are going to be having some sort of award series at some point. Definitely Game of the Year awards at the end. I am really excited about that. I've done some journalistic type Game of the Year awards just for myself over the past few years. This will be the first time we're going to do something on video and as a group. So please look forward to that come December time frame. It's going to be pretty sweet. Looking forward to it. But hopefully we can do some more game award style things. We didn't do a Best of E3 awards show this year, just because of how much work we put into getting all of our E3 content out the door. I actually took vacation from my full-time job just to cut videos for a week. And I had to send my family out of town. They were not too happy about it, but thank you so much, honey, for taking our daughter out of town and letting us do this. This has been a dream come true. On our Ori video. Oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me. Where did he come from? And he had the charge. That's ridiculous. See, had he not charged, it wouldn't have been an issue. He would never have caught up with me. Wow. Didn't mean to do that. Log out. Kinessaline. Already gone. Ugh. You were so close to getting to level 2 as well. We hardly knew ye. Alright. 2 down. We're gonna go for we're gonna keep going. I've got another hour or so in me. Alright. Delete. Alright. Let's go back to Night Elf. I wonder if it's Druid automatically every time. Yeah, it looks like it's going to default to Druid every time. So, tell you what we're going to do. We're going to rotate classes. Just, not that it matters, but just for the fun of it. Alright. This dude's name is... What happened to Thaman? That was so much easier to pronounce. Tanaris. Tanaris. Alright, bro. Let's go. Ugh, my coffee is cold.
After years of imprisonment within the
Alright. Number 3. Off we go. Alright, Tanaris. Kinessaline let us down. Hopefully, you do not. So what I was gonna say before we were so brutally slaughtered was our Ori video blew us away. Our reaction to Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Somehow that video got a lot of views on YouTube. It might have been one of the few reaction videos specifically to that game, which is what caused all the traffic. That really kicked us off. I believe the gentleman's name is David Smith. Without looking, I apologize. But he left a really nice, really simple, really nice comment early on that said something along the lines of, great reaction, thank you for the video, or something along those lines. And just the way that he said it made me go, something seems a little different here. So I just looked him up. I looked up his name because it was his full name as his YouTube account on LinkedIn, and sure enough, he's a games producer for Microsoft. Put 2 and 2 together, I believe David Smith is the guy that's working on Ori and the Will of the Wisps. So that was really cool for us to be getting feedback directly from the team working on the game, especially Onyx. Onyx was the only one who's played it. I think Matt may have played it, but he was not in the video. And so Onyx was very, very excited about that. So thank you, David, if you're listening, for giving us feedback. And thanks for making such an awesome game, allowing us to to give you guys a great reaction. But that video, you know, that was the first video to break 200 views for us. It was the first video to do a lot more than that. But we were excited, and just seeing that video grow and grow and grow in views, I think right now it's almost up to 9,000 if it hasn't broken 9,000 already, was so huge. Just, we thought it was going to top off at 500 and then 1,000 and then 3,000 and then 5, and it just kept going. It has started slowing down. Our Monster Hunter World reaction, holy cow. That couldn't have been more perfect, by the way. I was going into the Sony conference, I was so excited. We had a lot of buffering issues for the Sony conference, which is why we didn't post a full conference reaction video. And the only reaction videos we did do for Sony this year on our orientation series were Monster Hunter World and Shadow of the Colossus. The buffering was so bad that trying to piece all that together was going to be a total nightmare, and half the time we were just sitting there frustrated and cursing at the screen anyway. So our Shadow of the Colossus orientation video, we didn't even see it until after the conference, because when the buffering stopped and it came back, we saw Shadow of the Colossus 2018, and then it went on to the next game, and we're just looking at each other like, what did we just miss? So we just saw the title card. We didn't even see gameplay. So our orientation video, we knew it was Shadow of the Colossus. We knew it existed, but we didn't see a lick of video until we did our reaction. With Monster Hunter World, unfortunately, we saw the first minute or so of the trailer, and then buffering hit hard. And those poor guys, you don't see it in the video, but they were just devastated that this reveal for a game that you can see Onyx and Matt are very, very excited for, just got totally, the full trailer reveal just got totally destroyed. So what we ended up doing is, right when the first buffering started, we cut to a second reaction take of us watching the full unbuffered version right after the conference. So there was a lot of stuff that we did not see because of buffering, as we mentioned. I think it's right around the time the guy puts on the ghillie suit is when we had to transfer over. But that Monster Hunter video is, I think it's at like 18,000 views or something right now. A lot of folks in Japan, according to the analytics, really picked up on our video. So thank you to our brothers and sisters over in Japan. We're very excited to play Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter has been a game that Onyx has tried to get Rudy and myself to play for a very long time, and for somewhat stupid reasons, we both just never got into it. We were all kind of expecting Monster Hunter Generations, or whatever Double Cross would be here in the States. We all kind of expected that to show up on the Switch, and it didn't. At E3, but Monster Hunter World looks pretty great. So I think now is the time. All four of us will jump in. I'm sure we'll do a pretty cool Let's Play or something, overtime video for it when it comes out. Tanaris. Man, I hope we take this guy to the end. If we can't even get halfway through Darkshore, I doubt that'll happen, but Tanaris. I was initially going to say no swimming in the ocean as a rule, but I think I'm going to break that, because there's plenty of stuff on beaches and there's plenty of stuff out in the ocean that can kill you, and at some point fatigue and stuff is going to be a problem, I believe. So I'm not too worried about cheating, if you will, by swimming around the whole continent. Now that said, if I look at this, I potentially could swim all the way around. I've never tried swimming around AQ or Oldham. but getting into Tanaris would be a nightmare because there's pirates all along the south side, and then there's giants, and then whatever else. So, but at least to get through Darkshore, swimming might help, and we can swim all the way to Ashenvale. I'm sure there's a lot of murlocs and stuff that are going to be on the beach. Vile sprays. Oh yeah, and a lot of nagas. And whatever that guy is. But we could try it out. So I do have this shadow meld ability, but I don't think that's going to do very much because once you move, it goes away. Alright, we're going to change things up. Because there's just a lot of stuff off of that one path that's going to cause aggro. And I'm going to zoom out here. I really wish I was wearing my glasses. Now, the tricky part here, if I'm going to go along the coast, is staying far enough away from the inland areas so as not to aggro any inland mobs, but also I got to be careful what's on the beach. So these crabs don't pose a threat, but that bile spray does. Okay, so we just got a rabbit. Rabbits and squirrels and deer, that's fine. But I gotta stay far away from those vile sprays. Now, the nice thing about being out here in the wilderness, though, is that I should be uncovering more parts of the map this way. So, I should potentially be leveling up a lot quicker. Trying to stay in frame. I shouldn't move around too much. So there's probably going to be some murlocs up here. Maybe. Maybe not. Alright, so we got some water elementals. I'm going to need a hug this area over here for... Oh boy. So this whole area does not look safe. Who knows what's out there in the water with the pirate ships. With the ships. And then Darkshore Stag right there. Twilight Fanatics there. Alright. So this is what we're gonna do. My mind's telling me to go forward, but my gut's telling me to backtrack, and we're gonna go swimming. As long as there's not any like frenzy fish or sharks or anything, then I should be good to go in the water. And I can try and use these clumps of sand, land if necessary. Okay, let's go down here and see what's down here. Alright. There does not appear... Let me zoom in. I'll make this easier. There does not appear to be any mobs. So we're good here. There's some fish down there. Strangle kelp. Man, I have not played WoW since last summer when they during the launch of the Legion expansion. I've played every expansion in WoW with 6 to 12 to 18 months of downtime in between, skipping out on. I've never been a full-time WoW player, but I would get into it for about 3 months and play it hardcore, and then fall out. But one thing that I've always loved is grinding out materials for professions. I don't know why, but man, did I love doing that. Okay, so let's see, what do we have up here? So I can go got a Blackmouth School. Doesn't look like we have any mobs up here, so we're gonna swim up here to shore. Oh my gosh, I think we were all the way down here before. We're taking it the long way around. So I think what we're going to do next time, because I know there's going to be a next time, is we're going to take the main path down to that point where we at least got to this river, and then we'll just take the river out to the sea. I think there's a junk node up here. Nope. That's not a junk node at all, nor is it a node. So, anyway, E3. Let's talk about that for... Oh, boy. Oh, boy. What do we got over there? We've got wind elementals. Oh, this is Aberdeen. So, before the Cataclysm, this is where you would take a boat from Darnassus, and it would land here. And this was a whole city. This was the city you came to. It's gone. It's totally destroyed. At least I think Aberdeen is what it was called. Oh my gosh. Therion. Alright, well, we're just going to swim around him. Yeah, Aberdeen. Man, the music in this game is so good. This really makes me want to get back into it, but don't have the time or money for a subscription right now. Even though I do have a couple coins, but I don't want to waste them. Or a couple tokens. I don't want to waste them yet. Just looking to see if you can open any of that stuff. Does not appear that you can. Uh-oh. That looks like could be Murloc territory. Alright. Alright, well, continuing on. So E3. Let's talk about some of that stuff. So, let's see. There wasn't really anything from Electronic Arts show that I was looking forward to. I think Battlefront 2 will be a definite improvement over the first Battlefront game from a couple years ago, but I don't know if I'm going to get around to playing it this year. There's a lot of RPGs and Mario that'll be coming out later, so not sure if I'll get to Battlefront, but it looks great, so I am excited to play it at some point. What came after Electronic Arts? Microsoft. I don't have an Xbox. I do have Windows 10 PC. There really wasn't much for me personally at that conference. Anthem looks fantastic. Definitely want to see a bit more of that game before getting super excited about it, because they showed what I'm going to call gameplay concepts. It looked like a vertical slice of what the game has to offer, but it's still a long ways away, and a lot can happen between now and then. But still, it looks, from what they've showed, it looks great. I'm just trying to keep my expectations in check. I don't want them to run away and get super hyped and then be disappointed. I would rather be pleasantly surprised to completely blown away. So that's how I manage my expectations. Visually stunning, and if it really is a big open world like it appeared to be, I'm all in, man. Just being that part where she was like, oh, I'll take care of this wave, and she just Iron Manned them all down. That was so cool. The foliage flying around makes in Anthem makes this tornado look pathetic in comparison. All right, so I'm surprised. I guess I'll just be taking the ocean route more often. There's just not a lot out here. I feel like there should be. I know once if we get all the way down to Ashenvale, there's going to be Naga and crabs and stuff all over the place. So, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What do we got? Fiendish fish. Yep. All right. Well, this is where we get out of the ocean. Let's see. So there's the fire elemental area. Alright. There's nobody here. So after Microsoft was Ubisoft, I'm still debating getting Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. I think the concept is actually really good, surprisingly. I didn't find XCOM 2 to be all that fun, but that's a personal preference sort of thing. I don't think I'm into that kind of game. XCOM 2 just frustrated the hell out of me. So we'll see. I can't imagine Mario and Rabbids is going to be super difficult because it's a Mario. It's got Mario in it. They're not going to make it too hard to play. If anything, they'll just be really lenient easy settings and then challenging settings, challenging harder settings for gamers that want more of a challenge. Beyond, I have not seen the gameplay video yet for Beyond Good and Evil 2, but the concept, the cinematic trailer was fantastic. Haven't played the first game, but man, that just oozed style of characters and all that kind of thing. So definitely into that. Skull and Bones, I think, could be a quiet hit. If there's a solid campaign, if it's just multiplayer, I'm not sure I'm in. But we'll see. If they can take Black Flag and make it a full-on game without the assassin stuff, they're going to have a hit on their hands with Skull and Bones. I feel like there's something else that I'm missing that was pretty big from their conference. I was disappointed with Sony's conference, as I think a lot of people were, if only because they've set so many different expectations for what you're going to see at their shows, especially over the past couple years, and they only showed 2 new games. Not to say the conference is bad, because that's all they showed as far as new stuff goes. They showed a lot of stuff for older games, which is all great. God of War is going to be great. Spider-Man's going to be great. I'm still a little on the fence about Days Gone. I don't know what to think about that game. But it looks good. It just looks a little, I don't want to say stale is the right word, or cookie cutter, but it just doesn't seem like something it doesn't look like it's doing enough new. And we've got Murlocs. So we got Murlocs here. danger fish out here in the ocean. Let's see. If this guy's only here... Oh, and I don't want to go that way because then there's going to be Naga all up in there. Alright. Well, I'm thinking we've gotten to... I think we've gotten further than we have yet. So we've already set a record. Tanaris. But also Sony's conference was totally ruined for us by all the buffering. We missed like half that conference. It was such a wash. It was not a fun way to end E3. Weekend. I know we finished E3 with Nintendo. I'm very excited for Pokemon on the Switch. I know it's a long ways away. Oh, and there's bears here too. And obviously Metroid Prime 4. It sucks they didn't show anything, but I feel like they had to at least say this stuff is coming. Just because the console's so new, I think in general you don't want to announce stuff so far out in advance, but they needed to do that just to show that stuff's coming beyond this year. I'm hoping that's why Sony didn't announce too much, because we already knew most of what was coming this year. Oh boy, this is going to be tricky. I'm kind of closed in here. Those Murlocs will get me good. The bear I might be able to get around. There's panthers or moonstalkers on the other side. I could try running straight down the middle. I'll be far enough away from the bear. And the Murlocs. I think I can get through here. Oh. Okay, that's a dark short cub. No. There's another bear. Okay. Just gotta watch how they... Oh, this is not good. Wow, I think we might have actually gotten through it. It's so hard to tell as a level 1 what the aggro radius is gonna be on these guys. Just because I'm so used to not going to levels like this. Okay. Not going to areas such a low level. Man, these fish are huge. Alright. I would like to try and get to Grove of the Ancients, just to say we've gotten there. But getting inland at this point is going to be pretty tough. Also, I lied about this was going to be a faster leveling experience because we haven't even hit level 2 yet. Alright, so there's Murlocs over there. So we're not going that way. There's bears there. Okay, so there's humans over here. So this is a little bit of a respite.
Great to meet you. Keep your feet on the ground.
Yeah, I'll have to. Alright. Whoa, no, run, oh my gosh, oh no, come on. Okay. Definitely not going that way. Too many Murlocs. I'm not sure we can go that way either. There's too many bears. Okay, I wonder if we can run through this way. Okay, I think we're in the clear. Alright. Holy cow. Faceless ones. That ain't good. Alright, folks. We've almost gotten out of Darkshore. I think now we just want to try and get back to the main path. Ugh! And of course there's moonstalkers. And stags. Okay. Alright, well let's go this way for now. Alright, I'm really scared of those moonstalkers. Alright, I think we're gonna try and swim it. As long as there's no fish, danger fish or anything, then I think we'll be fine. At least until we get to Ashenvale. Whew. Oh boy, there's a fish. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Okay. So as long as I stay on land, everything's fine. The problem is, I'm not sure I can stay on land. This is too vertical. I can't climb up it. And I'm afraid right around that area is too vertical and I would just fall. So let's see. Let's see if we can get up the side of this mountain. Man, that looked like such a good way to get across. Okay. Let's see. Okay, okay, okay. We got up there. I don't think we're getting up there. Man. Oh, Darnassus, I don't want to chance this. Okay, we'll do it when he's moving. Oh, okay. All right. We actually got through it. It's not going to be a problem. Okay. Whew. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I believe we are officially coming up on Ashenvale. Oh, shite. No. No. Come on. Come on. Okay. If we didn't actually get into Ashenvale, if we got all the way up to the edge and died, I would be so mad. Alright, well, so now we know that there are Naga right there. So we are going to have to go swimming. I don't think we're going to have to worry about fish. Oh! Oh, boy. I don't think we will have to worry about them over in this direction. I think these are going to be zoned in just for Darkshore. We're like right at that weird point in the middle. Alright. Let's zoom in a bit so we can see what's going on here. Okay. Okay. We got away from the danger fish. There's no more danger fish, but there are a lot of Naga. I would prefer... See, it was easy to get through Darkshore on the... It was easy to get through Darkshore on the ocean side, but now that we are in Ashenvale... Oh, we're not in Ashenvale yet. Wait, are we not in Ashenvale yet? Wow, how about that? What is that? Hydra. Alright, now fatigue is setting in because I'm actually out in the deep ocean. Alright, we're officially in Ashenvale. Okay, so because we're in Ashenvale, I can be attacked by Horde. So that's how it works. So Darkshore was an alliance territory, meaning Horde can't attack me until I attack them first, which I would not do. But now that we're in contested territory, they can just straight up attack me if they want. I'm actually realizing that this is actually probably better sticking to the ocean because there's probably Horde all over this beach side right now. So we're not going to go that way. Unfortunately... Let's see. I'm kind of realizing this is going to be a very difficult task, and I wonder if it's even... Whoops. Microphone issues. Test. I wonder if it's going to be even possible doing this unless I actually go around ocean-wise. Alright, let's zoom in. Let's make sure we don't have any enemies patrolling. Alright, so we got Hydras beneath us, but they're pretty far down there, so I think we're fine. So I probably could hug the wall. I feel like that's cheating. Because we could swim all the way down here, but you know, I would probably still get killed at some point anyway. Potentially. But if I go ashore now, it's going to be impossible. I really need to stick to the main path. Alright, we got Hydras here. Okay. I think we're just gonna do this. Let's see where fatigue sets in. Let's see if we can get to Stone Talon. So did I skip anybody with E3? Bethesda. I mean, The Evil Within 2 and Wolfenstein 2 look like they're going to be great games. I didn't play very much of Evil Within, and I have not played Wolfenstein New Order, so while I'm sure both of those games are going to turn out fantastic, there just wasn't much for me there. I think just in general, there wasn't a lot for me this year. I was looking forward to Bloodborne 2. I wanted a Road Rash game. The odds of that happening were really low. I wanted Dreaming, Top Level Dreams. Really wanted a sequel to Final Fantasy Tactics. So Rudy, in the Monster Hunter World reaction orientation video, you can hear him mention that, and that was why he did. Man, I would love where Final Fantasy Tactics, the original game, ends, and where they leave it. So the whole game of Final Fantasy Tactics, I believe the guy's name is Alazlam, and he's like reading through a book, the Durai papers, or he's having you help him uncover like what actually happened. And so the whole game, it's not told through his eyes or through the pages of the book, but those are like the bookends to the story. So what I'm hoping is where they leave it. Yeah, see, so there's not a lot of geometry out here. There is a crab, believe it or not. There's not a whole lot going on out here right now. Where it ends, and we see, I'm not going to spoil anything, but where the characters end up, I'm hoping he goes, but you all also know what comes after that. And he says, well, this is how history writes what happens next, but this is what really happened. And they just do a whole nother story. That would be cool. Or just a new set of characters, and they just tell like a sequel story. That's passive. He would have killed me. It's funny how as a passive I can see that he's level 20. That's interesting. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Usually if it's 10 levels above you, you can't even tell what they are. I've never seen that. I'm going to have to keep a lookout for other passive creatures, because that might be... And it just despawned, and now there's a 19. And now it's raining. Wow, that's pretty cool. I would also be cool seeing the prequel, the original Zodiac Brave story, that included, that is, as it's told in the Germanic scriptures, I think, in the game Final Fantasy Tactics, with Saint Ajora and all that kind of stuff. It could be a cool prequel. But anyway, so technically we're still in Ashenvale. I'm surprised there was actually stuff back here. We could be having to take a swim here. Nope. I gotta be careful of fall damage too. That's gonna be the worst. Alright, the Veiled Sea. We are still not in Stone Talon. Now we're in Stone Talon. Saris Tanaris. Oh, we were in Stone Talon because we got close enough inland. Now we're back in Ashenvale. Interesting. Interesting how that works. Definitely in Stone Talon. Whew, gotta be careful of fall damage. So let's see. Wow, so it's just mountains all the way up until Farwatcher's Glen. Desolace has a lot of water, beach areas, and then Feralus, is that what it's called? Yeah. Alright, we're going swimming. Whew, we're going to be swimming for a while. Funny story, so I mentioned earlier in the episode, and for the sake of time, I'm going to be cutting this off here pretty soon. Let me turn off the spoilers. I'll just go busy. Funny story. That's where I was going. So on my first Night Elf Rogue character, as I mentioned earlier in the episode, I got to level 12 or so in Darkshore. And all my friends were in... wow, is that Desolace all the way down there? Yeah. I think that's... Wow. You can see really far. They were all in Stormwind, Elwyn Forest, and Westfall, and all that. And I wanted to go play with them, but I was the only guy on this continent, and they were all on the Eastern Kingdoms. So what I did is I ended up taking a boat from Aberdeen to, I believe it went to Menethil Harbor, if I'm remembering that correctly. And I'm like, man, and we were on a PvP server, by the way, so I'm like, man, I'm not going to make it all the way down there to Stormwind, having never been there before, not realizing that I could run to Ironforge. I probably still could have gotten killed along the way, but get to Ironforge and then take a tram to Stormwind. So what I did was, instead of going out of Menethil Harbor down the road, I turned around and jumped in the ocean and pretty much did what we're doing here. And I swam all the way from Menethil to Stormwind. Now, where this story gets really funny is, so I come up the side and I go in through like the Elwyn Forest area, and I finally get into Stormwind, and I'm like, my mind is totally blown. I'm like, whoa, this huge city, having only been exposed to the Night Elf stuff. It was really exciting. And so I get in and I'm walking around, and I go to that area near the tram where they have the blacksmith and the mining guys, and I went into one of the houses in there, and there was a dwarf in there, and I'm just jumping around having a great time, and I got stuck behind a box. I got stuck in the geometry, and I'm like trying to get out, and I think there was like a nudge tool or something that it would let me use. And I guess I did it really fast. I don't think I was paying attention, and I forget exactly what happened, but I hit the button that said like return to your home base or whatever. And basically it took me all the way back to Darnassus because I didn't set my hearth in Stormwind. And it took an hour or so to swim all the way to Stormwind. I was so mad. I turned the game off. Like, I just sat there. It was just heartbroken at what had just happened. I think eventually my friends summoned me because one of them was a warlock, so they were able to summon me to the Dead Mines or whatever. And we went on our merry adventures after that. By the way, this is totally cheating. I'm not going to do this again. In fact, as soon as I can find a good area to cut back in, I'm going to go back on land. I will not be doing full-on ocean swims around entire continents again, because look at that. I've pretty much skipped... I'm skipping all of Stone Talon, sorry. It's not supposed to be this easy. But it is kind of funny seeing that I'm a level 2 night elf and I'm just chilling in Stone Talon. Yeah, you can see there's literally nothing if I zoom in. Like, that is deep. I'd be interested to see, because there are I don't think the Forsaken, the undead, I don't think they have to I don't think they breathe underwater, so there is no breath thing for them, but you can also use potions to breathe. I'd be interested to see if anybody's ever swam down to the bottom, because it looks like there's some like square geometry going on right there. Just for fun. Just to see what would happen. Alright. Let's get back up. So I'm pretty sure that tower in the distance was Desolace. But we are still in Stone Talon. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get to Feralis, whatever. And then get to Thousand Needles. And I think if I go through Thousand Needles without dying, and I can get into Tanaris, that's the way I'm going to have to go. I'm not going to swim around AQ or Uldum. That's cheating. Okay. Oh, I forgot I gotta watch fall damage. Okay, coming in close. Gotta hope there's no mobs peeking over the side of these. Okay, let's see. Here we go. We've got black dragon whelps and fire elementals. We are not gonna be able to go that way. So once again, gonna have to go swimming. But we really got to be careful, because now that we are getting back close to land again, there could foreseeably be some mobs down here. So as far as E3 goes, I think Super Mario Odyssey is going to be my game of show. Man, I need to stay far away from there. Just because it looks the most polished. It's got the most... there's just nothing wrong with it. And it looks so unique. I mean, they're doing all this new stuff as far as... You can be a taxi. You can be a freaking taxi cab in Mario. You can be a human in Mario. I mean, come on. The gameplay mechanics and the strategy and different things, puzzle-like elements that they can do with that, I'm very eager to see where that goes. So, Stone Talon Mountains. I don't think Stone Talon ever came out to the ocean before. I don't remember. But yeah. Oh, so now this is interesting. I'm just gonna swim straight through. Ooh, do I want a chance swimming straight through? Or should I be... I think I can get across that. So, what I'm worried about is swimming over this trench, because when you swim over it, you're gonna get... I'll make it. It's fine. Okay, well, glad we're not swimming over it. Let's go back. There's Naga. I was scared of this fatigue bar because, it's basically like breath. You can lose your breath, but fatigue is... Oh, God. Wind elemental. Shiitake. Alright. The way fatigue works is even if you are catching your breath, you're just so tired that you just start drowning. But it only happens over these dark pools of water. So now that I'm over the darkish area on the mini-map, I've got fatigue, but it's going to go away. Once I hit this lighter blue area. Alright. So we have made it into Desolace. I did not think we would get so far so quick, especially in our first episode, especially after dying twice in Darkshore. Oh boy. Oh no. We might be trapped. Well, we're going to have to figure out how to get around this now. Let's see. Is there a way to get around here? Definitely not. Okay. Well, this is going to be fun. There's no way I can get around him on the left. So we're going to have to go this way. The scary part is there's going to be a Naga like right in here somewhere. Oh, and there's another one right there. And there's another one right there. Oh boy, this is not good. Alright. So this is what I'm going to attempt to do. There's no way I'm going to get through there. Those Naga are going to slaughter me. So I'm going to go to this little hill. And swim across to that side. I'm not going to die from fatigue. And then I'm going to hug this wall and hope there are no Naga. Okay. Well, I knew there was going to be that one. Okay. If I can swim to there... Oh, there's going to be Naga up there too. I just need to be able to not get fatigued. There's a Naga. There's a Naga. Okay. I think this will be fine as long as there's nothing here. Ooh, I don't know if I'm going to make it with fatigue. Shoot. I had to gamble on it, but there's a Naga there. If I can catch my breath here, then I can keep going around. Okay. I can also try and go deeper. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. And I think the timing of this is gonna be perfect. That Naga needs to turn around and start swimming the other way. And then I can kind of get close enough. Actually, no. Yeah, it's gonna have to swim. Okay. I just need to get some of this fatigue bar back. Okay, yes. And go. Ooh, I hope we made it. Did we get away? We got away. Okay. So now we're good. Ugh. Oh, hey. Well, at least there's a friendly up there. I'm gonna have to swim all the way around, and there's another one right there. Oh, is this even possible? I'm not sure this is possible. Because I'm gonna have to do a wide swim around. But if there's one right there, I won't be able to cut in right away. And I think I'll get fatigued to death. So I think what I need to do is try and run straight down the middle here and go by land. I think that's my only option. Okay. She's moving further to the left. He's over there. Okay. Okay. Wow. So here's going to be the challenge now. I have no idea if there's any mobs over this hill. And I can't go near the water. This is my only path. I'm going to assume there's no Naga because of that guy here. I think he's scaring them away. Not actually scaring them away. That's not a gameplay mechanic, but I think plot-wise, that's what's happening. Can I jump up there? Nope. That ain't happening. Alright, so now I need to try and find an area where there's no Naga on this side. There's one there. And there's one there. And there's one there. Okay, well, let's see. Let's try going around this way. Oh man, I thought that it is a treasure chest, but it's probably for a quest. Oh no, oh no, 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 I'm really close to the water. I gotta... Here we go. Okay, Naga there. Ooh. Okay, guys. Ooh. There's a Naga there. And there was that one over there. I'm going for it. Damn, no! Oh. I don't know if there was any way around it because there's a Naga here. There was just the one. He's just hiding right down there. And that guy right there would have gotten me too. Like if he was further down. Oh, and look at that. There's a hammerhead shark out there too. Oh boy. Saris Tanaris, we knew you well. We hardly knew ye. Only did 182 damage to me. Well, it did 201 damage, but only 19 overkill. That's funny. No idea what level the Sea Witch is. But being that we're in Desolace, it's level 30 to 35. Man, that's rough. Crushing 19 overkill. Well, we've set some records today. I think next time I'm going to go by land. It's going to be a little tricky getting through Darkshore. It's going to be insane getting through Ashenvale. But I think if we can get into the Barrens and not get ganked by Horde, then it'll be good. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. We're 0 for 3. Hopefully someday we will get to Tanaris. But anyway, hope you enjoyed that. Thanks everybody for watching. Catch you next time. Like what you saw? Check out some of our other videos and be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with our latest content. Thanks for your support and thanks for watching.